I was about to enroll in a boarding school. That was when they requested for a general test so that they can include it in their file. Should in case anything happens, they know how to handle it. So that was when I confirmed that I was sickle cell. That was 2013. I should be 16, 17, thereabouts. Honestly, I know that we all have our dreams and aspirations, but when I was diagnosed, it really affected me badly. That was because I wanted to study medicine, but I couldn't study medicine at the end of the day. I had to switch to an art class and take up their own courses. So I had to switch back to what I really wanted doing, to something I could just settle for at that moment. So I just had to switch back to the art class, where that was like second term. It wasn't working out. I was always on admission in school. So it really had a very big problem. It became a very big problem for me. So it has impacted my life somehow negatively though, but then there are positive aspects of life. At the end of the day, it's worth it. I was able to come out of it stronger, even though it wasn't my dream course or something. I had to switch to mass communication. I had to pick up mass communication since I couldn't go to science class with my friends and others. So while picking mass communication as a course to study, I have no regrets because it has enlightened me and taken me out to realize that we live in a digital world. So I just love what I studied though. When I went to school, I was in 100 level at University of Jos. I met different people with different ideas. I met those that weren't harboring negative mentality, and I met those who harbor negativity. So when they look at me, they just be like, ha, this girl, are you sure you can do this? Obviously, we read on the internet, they say that you people don't even stay long, you don't live long in this world. So your life could be cut short at any time. And trust me, it was really a bad phase for me because I met with a friend one time. She was my classmate as of then. She invited me over for the weekend and I decided to take it up. So when I went to her place, unfortunately, it was my bad days. I had crisis and they had to rush me to Lamed to get medication. So after that, they brought me back home. Then her friends came to see her the next morning and they found me there. So it wasn't really a nice thing to hear what they said. I was so shocked, I was devastated because I overheard their conversation and they were telling her that if this girl dies, you will be held responsible. Why do you even allow such persons come and spend the weekend at your place where you know that the person can just die at that point? So it was not really a very good one. I was so sad. I really wanted to leave her house that moment, but she had to encourage me. She just said I should trust her. She's not them and the rest of them. I didn't feel happy over the encounter and any other thing. Like you don't just look at a person and just see that person and start saying, ha, you are going to die anytime soon. We all know that the giver of life is someone else. It's terrible. People seeing you and addressing you as a walking corpse or addressing you as a sickler. I used to think indifferent about the whole situation, but along the line, I braced myself and decided to accept it just the way it is. Yes, like I have met countless people and they have nothing good to say about it. When you you're trying to explain why you're being strong and they start saying, "Ah, you don't even look it." I've met plenty people that look at me unless I tell them. They'll just look at me and be like, how comes you don't look like one? And I ask, is there anywhere it is written that somebody must look like they have sickle cell? It's not written anywhere. So they were like, they always see people living with sickle cell, the yellowish eye. They said mostly our tummy and maybe we're not really chubby, we're very lean. So when they meet someone like me, they just start asking me questions like, how are you being chubby despite being a sickle cell? And I told them, I've not read it anywhere where it is said that those living with sickle cell can't be chubby. Gone were the days when they will see you and say you have no future or anything. But I think to some extent, the society and some of the people around us make it so difficult for us to come out and lend a voice to those who do not have that courage yet. I was in that situation too. I was in a situation where I was trying to shy away from what I really was going through. I couldn't accept it, and I guess there was a time I even stopped taking my medication. I was like, I don't even accept that I am this. So when you come across warriors who are not willing to speak out, totally understand it is not their fault, because there are some people that will judge you wrongly. There are people that when you tell them you are this, they begin to stigmatize you. There are those that decide to run away from you because you've told them this is what you're going through. And there are those that will be like, ah, your sickle cell. Like, there is no essence of keeping good friendship or good relationship with you, because it might not end well. You might just leave that person devastated. So I think the world and the people around us should learn to be kind also while dealing with people like me. So I feel it is just because of how they will be judged badly. Because of that, I guess that's why most warriors do not want to open up and share their stories. My relationship life hasn't been so good like that to say, even though it's not that bad. But I have had countless relationships. I've been with people who try to lift me up. I've been with those who try to bring me down. So relationship wise, I have gone through countless heartbreaks because of my health condition. You meet somebody today and you tell them this is who you are. They pledge it's fine by them, they can be with you, it's not a big deal, you're human and the rest. And then some months later, that same person coming up to tell you that they are no longer interested, they feel you're too fragile, they don't know if they can continue this relationship with you, and that. So sometimes I just be like, if you knew you weren't going to be able to, why take it up in the first place? Because I know there is one thing I don't shy away from is immediately a guy starts picking interest in me, the first thing I share with that person is my genotype. Because of course, I can't be with someone who is AS. So I have to know what your genotype is. If you're AA, then we're good to go. Then there are some that will stay by your side and encourage you. But then along the line, they still back out too. If I could recall, there was a time I was on admission. I was in University of Jos. I had a very serious crisis. They took me to Jude that night, and the guy I was dating came to stay with me at the hospital and paid some of my medical bills. But trust me, after I got discharged and I went back home, this guy just ghosted me. He stopped talking to me. He was acting strange, and I had to reach out. I reached out for like a week and he wasn't responding, until I later realized that it has to do with my health basically. Because they be like, what if today you are in pain, tomorrow you are in pain, and I can't stand it, I can't do this, what if, what if, what if. So this health challenge has really impacted negatively with regards to my relationship. I don't know what others feel about this, but I just feel it's the right thing to do. Like, most times I meet with people. I know I have sickle cell friends who tell me that on the first date they don't tell a guy what their genotype is, or tell a girl, unless they've like spent maybe some months, and then she begins to tell him this is it, he begins to tell her that this is my genotype and the rest. And they be like, why, Cassie, why are you so like, you're very very serious when it comes to saying your genotype out? Like, don't you feel somehow sharing your genotype on the first date with a guy? And I be like, I don't feel bad. Like, I feel more fulfilled. I believe it is better I let you know. If you really want to get in, then you can go in. But if you really do not want, you can decide to back out on that first date. So that's just my own point of view, and that is what I believe, because it is for good. I can't be dating somebody without knowing their genotype, and eventually we now get so attached to each other, and then the person turns out tomorrow to tell you his genotype is AS. It wouldn't work out, and you'll be left devastated or heartbroken because you guys never talked about anything genotype. That's why I feel it is very important. Share your genotype on the first date. It is more better than keeping quiet and allowing the person to get attracted and then later tell him about your genotype.